Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Yahliali. In this incarnation, we are here in one more day of this planetary ascension. I am going to tell a message for you. Remember to only take what resonates and to leave the rest because it is a general channeling. I am going to focus in what is manifesting in relationships or in a relationship. Let's see what I am receiving. Well, this is a message for people that have recently been sharing their energy in a relationship, and right now you are going through a process of separation. And what I am seeing it is that at this present moment you could be going through a painful experience, perhaps because you are a little bit in rejection of what is happening or the way that this happened, or well, it is very natural to feel pain when we are closing a cycle with someone, and that it involves an aspect of ourselves, that we are allowing an aspect of ourselves to die. So what you are not perceiving yet, it is that your energy will shift much more. The shift is much closer than you think right now, because I am seeing that this experience is bringing a lot of growth, no matter how you are feeling at this present moment. And of course, it is very, very important to allow whatever emotion you are feeling and to embrace whatever thing you are transiting. But also, I think that in short, you're going to become this process of understanding from another perspective how things happened, because I think that at this point you could be still not very aware, or you didn't process yet which dynamics led you till this point. I think the separation in here happened through a very painful situation, something that you didn't expect, or an attitude that you felt perhaps like unfair. Perhaps for some of you this was through a lie or something like that. So what I am trying to say with this, of course, we don't have the responsibility for how other people is acting, but we do have the responsibility for what we are choosing, and the experiences that many times, are carried by our unconscious patterns. And what I am seeing here is that in the past, there were a lot of dynamics that weren't operating, in alignment with who you really are. Perhaps you were, putting aside a lot of you, a lot of your needs, a lot of the things that you valued. You were sustaining this person in a certain way, whether this is emotionally or even in a material way, that was implying to give too much in order to sustain a relationship. So many times when there is an infidelity when infidelity, I think it is the word in English, it is because we are not being faithful to ourselves, and that is a hard truth, but it is a good one to understand how other people is acting. This doesn't justify the other person. If that wasn't the conflict, but I see it was something that perhaps it was a fight, a conflict between the both of you that created the breakup, the rupture in here. But whatever thing this was, I think that you didn't step yet in the part of your in the part of your process when you start to identify which were the patterns that lead you to that point, and your part in them. So what I am mainly seeing is that the people that will resonate with this channeling, you were like these givers, over givers, probably. And to give, being able to give is a very, very nice quality, and it is marvelous and part of the process of, being heard and understanding which is our responsibility, is not closing or shutting down ourselves and, telling ourselves that we won't ever give anymore, because that is our ego talking. Actually, part of the healing, it is understanding which is the level, or which is, or from which places we are giving, because many times we are giving and giving and giving from a place that we want to the other person to need us, or perhaps we want to give to other person so the other person won't go away. And that ends up in projecting these these roles that are more linked with a son and a mother, or a daughter and a father, and that turns off the relationship and the attraction and many things. So for romantic relationships, and I am seeing, I didn't say this, but this channeling, I think it is very, very connected with romantic relationships. So give you time. I think the important thing it is to give you time to yourself. I mean, to get to the point where you start to process, and you're going to notice, in short, that you are going to recover your energy, that you start to enlighten, or to feel better, like more quickly than you thought, because you were giving so much energy that you were draining yourself and disconnecting from the important things in your life. Perhaps you weren't putting that much attention to other areas of your experience even. So right now it is like the situation is pushing you to take a look inwards. And even though at this point you are not still in that space of, this feels great, but you are going to feel the shift of the energy very, very soon. And of course, the process of healing is not about, okay, I'm better and right, I am already healed. No, usually we go through ups and downs, and it is also important to practice acceptance through that process, because I am seeing them too ahead, but it doesn't matter. The important thing is the present moment, and to understand how you can recover your energy, how you can give energy to yourself, how can you put in a priority your own values, your own needs. It is about learning of that in order for you someday can cultivate a relationship from other space, in which, this doesn't mean that we don't have to be flexible and that all the time the other can should be, doing whatever thing we want. It's not about that, because that is other extreme. But when we were people that were overgivers, or we didn't know how to put boundaries, or to, sustain these boundaries, respecting ourselves and our soul, we have to learn that all over again. This comes from dynamics, painful dynamics that we have sustained when we were children, and that probably, through the relationships, the environment, we learned them from that space to survive. So it is a process to observe with a lot of compassion ourselves, and understanding that responsibility is not about putting the blame or feeling guilty, which could be part of the process too, feeling guilty. But again, it is about observing ourselves with compassion and understanding what led us to this point. So I think there are many things that are going to be revealed. You are going to have a lot of aha moments, where you understand which were the patterns that were contributing with the manifestation that it is right now. And that is when you are going to start to feel more and more empowered. So as I said, the thing in you can trust right now, it is like very, very soon your energy will shift. You will feel that you are recovering something, because you were putting so much outside, sorry, that you didn't even realize how much you were giving your energy to others. So, well, I am going to end this video here. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.